Hey YouTube, this is Donald, and today I'm going to review a console that not too many people talk about on YouTube, but it's a retro console, one of those retro pong consoles that are from 1977. Same time as the Atari 2600, but made by Coleco. Now, so what is this thing? It's not necessarily a Pong system by any means, but it doesn't use any cartridges either. It's called the Coleco Telstar Combat. I finally got one of these systems, finally. It's about time. Now, so what is this thing? It's more like a built-in, it's a console that contains a built-in tank game. I'll show you on the box, which I got with the system. Just got it. Hold on. Here's the box that goes with it. It says here, Telstar Combat. Now, it's got 4 video tank games, which is kind of cool. Realistic battle sounds, oh, you bet. And it says, use only Coleco number 605141, which is actually an AC adapter for the identity number of the AC adapter that it uses. But that's optional. You can actually put C batteries in this thing. It uses a 200 mAh 9-volt adapter in the yellow box. So this AC adapter would be included, but the guy might have lost it or something. He might have tested it with batteries. Anyway, it's got, sorry about that. My hand was covering the lens. But anyway, it's got combat, night battle, robot battle, camouflage combat, dual throttle controls with firing button, digital display scoring, authentic arcade action. Advertised on TV, Coleco. It says requires 6 C batteries, and that's the thing. This thing uses C batteries, like 6 C batteries. It's got the same message on the side, but on the back, oh sorry, it's upside down. But on the back, it's got excuse me, like, play 4 video tank games with realistic battle sounds. And here's the back of the box showing the AC adapter in its personal box. Here's the RF or VHF connector. C611 antenna switch. I have one of those, but they don't work. None of them work anymore, so I used an RF adapter. RF female plug adapter to plug it into the coaxial on your TV. I put those things on a retirement. Here's what the action would look like. It's got a white tank and a black tank. So anyway, let's go back to the console itself. Let's get into the details of this console. It's got these 2 pistol grip shaped. It's got a nice grip on these controls. These controls have a nice grip. They're not necessarily joysticks, but these sticks do resemble controls of a real tank. And it's got the fire button for the 1 player, and for the black tank, it's got basically the same controls. And it's got the numbers that correspond with what the box says. It's got an on-off switch, a reset button, and it says Coleco and it says Combat. It's got these stickers. I'm not sure if this is a heat vent or a speaker. It's got the word Combat on the back, which the sticker itself is starting to peel off, but I'm not sure. But anyway, let's take a look on the side. It's got an AC adapter port, and it's got the lead that comes out. It's got a long cord. This is your VHF connector or your RF connector. You need an RF adapter to use this video connector. Otherwise, they cost like a couple bucks on Amazon or eBay. Otherwise, this is what it is, and it's not compatible with the TVs today. Unless you have a screen of similar vintage. There's nothing too exciting on the back. It says Combat on the back, and there's nothing too exciting on the side. Underneath, it's got 2 built-in speakers. It's got a battery compartment, which I'm not going to open. I'm just going to leave it alone since the batteries are a pain in the butt to handle, to put in the battery slot. So anyway, here's the VHF or RF connector. It's got a switch. It's got a coaxial slot for the antenna, or those screws that screws the connector to an antenna. Here's those forks that you screw into the back of your TV to the VHF aerial of a TV. And here's the manual for it. Now, the manual looks like it's in bad shape, but it's at least readable. It came out in 1977 by Coleco. Its model number is 6065. That might be the identity number of the product. Guide number 57992B. Instructions and game installational instructions and game rules. This thing mentions the instructions and the game rules. This thing is this part is supposed to show you the suction cups that, that sticks onto the console itself, but I never got those. All I got is the system itself, the RF connector, and that's it. And this manual in the box too. So anyway, now this system is somehow hard to come by. They don't come up that often, but when they do, they shouldn't be expensive either. But if they are, just be sure to save enough money for these, because if you already have an Atari 2600 game called Combat, then I wouldn't. And if you're not, if you already have an Atari 2600 game called Combat, then, and if you don't really feel like spending that much, if you don't feel like putting that much money into this, it's okay, because it's nice. It's nice and all, but I still recommend it for those who are interested in these type of consoles. But anyway, subscribe if you want to see more videos, like the video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for part 2, and then, this is me. Hey, stay tuned for part 2, and we'll discuss the games, and I'll find a friend or a guest to play this thing with me as soon as I can. So stay tuned for part 2, and we're going to review the built-in games that this thing has to offer. This is me, signing off.